Discover yourself, who you are, what you can do in your life. Let's ask from brain to think and talk to act accordingly.
Today from this presentation we will study the topic that is Boxplot. Outline is Introduction, Real-life example, Usage of Boxplot, How to plot a graph, and Conclusion. Let's move towards the introduction. Boxplot is a standardized way of displaying the distribution of data based on 5-number summary. What exactly 5-number summary of Boxplot is? 5-number summary is: number 1, lower extreme; number 2, upper extreme; number 3, median value; number 4, lower quartile; number 5, upper quartile. Let's understand it more clearly with picture. This is how typical Boxplot look like. It can represented both vertically or horizontally. As you can see, 5 marking on Boxplot. Let's understand each one of them quickly. Starting with Q1 or first quartile. It represents the 25th percentile of data. For your information, percentile is just a value at or below which a given percentage fall. This is relative schooling scheme, which is mostly seen in competitive exams result. I hope you can get it. Next one is median Q2. It basically represents 50th percentile of data. Third one is third quartile or Q3. It represents the 75th percentile mark. This is lower extreme or minimum value. This is upper extreme or maximum value. Boxplot is also known as whisker plot, because the 2 lines that you can see, which is connecting this maximum and minimum, these are called whisker. Let's understand the concept of Boxplot with real-world example. You can use Boxplot in a real world too, when you are trying to compare something with another. For example, if you want to compare which phone is worth at, you can do this by getting the average of how many people buy the better phone. Usage of Boxplot. Boxplot can be used for to identify outliers or anomalous data points, to understand the spread or range of data, to determine if the data is skewed either in right or left side. Now, the question is how to plot a graph. Any idea? Well, let's see. There are a couple of ways to graph a boxplot through Python. Number 1, through Pandas library. Number 2, by Seaborn library. Number 3, by matplotlib library. Let's all discuss these with the Python code example. Pandas library. For build the boxplot with the help of Pandas library, you need to first import the Pandas library. This line will read tips.csv file of dataset. df.head, show the all columns of dataset. By df.boxplot method, you can create boxplot for every column. Here, we have created the boxplot for total bill column. This is output for total bill. Where this indicate this column have the outliers in it. Seaborn library. For Seaborn library, you need to do the same. First, you need to import the Pandas library. Second, you need to load the dataset. Then import the Seaborn library as SNS, alias name for Seaborn. This allows you to use Seaborn functions by simply typing sns.functionname rather than Seaborn.function name. To draw a single vertical boxplot, assigning the data directly to the coordinate variable. This indicate boxplot in y direction. You can also draw boxplot in x direction by simply write here x coordinate variable. This is again the output. Now, let's create the boxplot using matplotlib library. Boxplot using matplotlib library. You need matplotlib library. For this, again we call boxplot method. It will take an argument for a column for which we want to make a boxplot. Show method will display the boxplot. This is only for a single column. You can also make a boxplot for multiple columns using Python list. It is nothing but a list which are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Here, we have make a list for two columns, total bill, and tip column, and stored in dataset variable as a list. Pass this dataset list to boxplot method as argument, and call show method. Let's have a look what we have studied so far. Boxplot is most used types of graphs in the business, statistics, and data analysis. It is also used for comparing two data sets. It is especially useful when you want to see if a distribution is skewed. All right people, that will be all for this session. Thanks for watching.